Hey, what's up, everyone? Brad Chmielewski here with episode 146 of Shatter The Vain. Esports is back in action. We got Vainglory 8 happening, formerly known as Evil 8. So the name got changed, production value is stepped up. Awesome new desks, new graphics that a Vain chain put together that looking great. The whole package, it's looking really nice this year. So definitely go and check some of those out if you missed them. If you're digging the esports scene at all, really cool to see these teams in action. Gotta say, like Leon on Team Secret now, looking amazing. Like, I forgot how aggressive and good some of these players are, and they just come out. The amount of fighting, the amount of kills, the outplays are just awesome. Recording this during some of this, I'm gonna have to go back and watch some of these episodes, especially because there should be a new episode of Halcyon Report coming out very soon. So check that out. It'll be episode 3. We gotta talk about the first week of Vainglory 8. Work with some great people on that to make that show happen. But on this episode of Shatter the Vain, I got a couple members, leaders of We2Sexy Guild joining me to talk about what they're working on, which is some awesome projects and giveaways and just cool stuff that they're doing, and kind of wanted to shine some light onto what's happening over there and how you can get your hands on some of these awesome pins that they had made. So stay tuned and listen out for that, or check the show notes on how to join the guild, join their Discord, join the giveaways, all that good stuff. So we dive into that. We dive into some 2.2 talk, some thoughts on maybe what's going to happen with 5v5. Really exciting stuff in this week's episode. And then we dive into a little bit about the matchmaker issues people have been seeing. So I've been seeing that on the forums and Reddit and Twitter, and we just talked about that a little bit. So gotta give a shout out to everyone who's backing the show on Patreon. That's over at patreon.com/shatterthevain. So thank you everyone for supporting there. If you can support the show, that's awesome, and I really appreciate it. If you can't, I love that everyone listens and watches and just helping the podcast, the YouTube channel, which might have hit 7,000 subs. So that's awesome. So thank you everyone over there. So this is very cool stuff. So if you're a Patreon supporter or not, I really appreciate your support for the show, the podcast here. All right, let's do it. Let's get into episode 146.
Shatter the Vain, a podcast about vainglory.
This is the 146th episode of Shatter the Vain. My name is Brad Chmielewski, and this is a podcast all about vainglory. Every week, try to break down the news, gameplay, game tips, and hopefully we can be better players together. And every episode, bring on new people from the community, people that love this game, and just help it grow. And this week, I have two members, or I think leaders of the We2Sexy Guild joining us. I have Kewy and Moofasa joining. Welcome.
How you doing?
Hi.
Yeah, how you guys? Good to have you here. For people that don't know We2Sexy or you guys, you want to introduce yourself and give them a little intro?
I'm Moofasa. I'm the leader of We2Sexy, and my co-leader there, Kewy. We run more of a community type guild. We're for the community. That's what we do.
How'd you start the guild? Like, what made you, I guess, build this? Because it's pretty big now, right? Like, there's...
Yeah, it's getting really, really big. The guild started actually with me and my two sons, who are both in the guild. They're High Grade and Panda in our guild. And
Okay.
we started doing that. Then I started playing to play with my kids.
Okay. Nice. And then, so as you got into it, playing with them, you realized, like, you just wanted to kind of start this community, or how'd that...
Oh, yeah, I ended up falling in love with the game. A couple of our core members have been here since pre-guild. You know, we started playing with them. Killer Skunk and Death Sequence were both playing with us before guilds were ever made.
Okay. Yeah, now you guys have like multiple guilds, right? Isn't because you guys because the
No,
limit?
no.
Oh, okay.
No.
I thought it was like multiple. Like I know a few
No,
other
it's just the one
organizations.
guild.
Okay.
It would be extraordinarily hard to run two of them. If they up the guild number, it's from 50 to like 100 or something, it would be a lot easier. But two groups of 50, it's really hard to run.
Right. I know.
Yeah, people ask us all the time to make another guild, like a feeder guild and stuff, but we're like, it would be really hard to run another one.
Yeah, because I know there's guilds like Ion or Icon, and then I know the full guild for a while. They had like 3 of them. I don't even know how you manage that many, yet alone just one guild.
It would go way too insane if we had more. It really would.
You guys as players and people in the guild seem crazy active. I recently got added to the Discord chat, and that thing is happening. Like there are people talking in that all the time.
Yeah. Our members are very, very active. Not only in game but on Discord. It's one of our requirements, but we try to make it as fun as possible for everybody.
So, Kewy, how'd you get into Vainglory and then the We2Sexy guild? Like, what was that path for you?
Well, basically, I was kind of sick for a while, so I Googled, like, top, iPhone games or iPad games,
Okay.
and Vainglory came up in this article about this super cool new game that was coming out, and I downloaded it, and I started playing, and it was just a lot of fun, and then from there, like, I had no idea what Discord was or anything. I just kind of, like, played, and then people started asking me for that, and then I get on Discord, and they're like, oh my gosh, you're a girl? And I'm like, yeah. And then I just kind of joined different guilds, and then I ended up at We2Sexy. Because at Syndicate, I was in Syndicate before that, and I grinded like 60K fame or something, like some ridiculous amount of fame in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I said that to the recruiters over at We2Sexy, and they were like, oh, that's really cool. You should join. So, yeah.
Nice. And now you're a co-leader of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, Moo is obviously the guild leader. He does, like, all the cool giveaways and everything and, like, all the business stuff. So I just kind of, help, like, run the Discord and, like, organize stuff. And, like, we have our recruitment guys. We have social media people. So everyone really helps out. And even, like, our community and our guild members, they really help out with, like, even just welcoming somebody into the Discord. They're all really great.
That's awesome. So neither one of you seem like you played MOBAs or a lot of other games before this, like this. Like, what made Vainglory kind of this game that you like fell in love with? Anything that like you stuck out to you that you're like, was it the community? Was it just the play style?
I've actually played many. I'm an old school gamer. I've been playing around, the early '80s when Tandy 1000s were, your computers to play with, and this is the first MOBA that I played, but everything else under the sun I played. I played World of Warcraft, Minecraft, all kinds of different stuff. I used to make whole games up for the kids on Minecraft when I was playing.
Oh, that's awesome. I've never dived into Minecraft. That seems like a dangerous world to get sucked into.
It is someday.
It's so addicting.
How about you, Q? Were you playing other MOBAs beforehand, or?
I mean, like, I played World of Warcraft before Vainglory, but it was, like, super addicting, so obviously I had to, like, just, like, kind of stop a little bit.
Okay.
And so I picked this up, but, I mean, I think a lot of people have been playing video games since they were, like, little kids, too, so, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And being on mobile I think just changed the game for a lot of people, too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it did for me. I really, I heard about League of Legends, but wasn't interested in playing it on my computer. Mm-hmm. This came out for the mobile devices, so this was what I got addicted to.
Yeah. There's something nice about just being able to also play on the couch when you're around either your girlfriend, wife, friends, just be like, okay, I'm kind of with you, but I'm playing this game. I'm not in the other room on the computer. So, something nice about that.
I mean, my wife get involved in conversations on Discord and everything else while we're there. So yeah.
Nice. That's fun. So you mentioned giveaways and things like that for the We2Sexy Guild. Recently, you guys made these pins, right? Which
Yeah, that would be these on my hat up here.
yeah.
Yeah.
So those look awesome. I'll have a link in the notes and descriptions if anyone's like looking to check those out. But yeah, tell me about the pins. How can people get them? What's happening with them?
We do giveaways every week on Twitter and on Discord. You can also get them on our website, which is www.we2sexy.com. And the pins are all jewelry quality. They're all laser engraved, enamel filled, except for the Vainglorious one here, which is actually coated in 18 karat gold.
Whoa. Okay.
And I started this to get everybody collecting Vainglory stuff. There's nothing out there for merch for Vainglory, and it's sad, because a lot of people want to collect this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not really for a profit thing for us. It's so we can continue doing our giveaways.
Okay. So you just kind of, whatever money is made is kind of put back into making other stuff to give away. Okay. I'm sure Super Evil likes that too. I bet they don't want people making profit off of their art, but if you're bringing people in and giving it away and kind of promoting the game, that's really helpful
that's
for them.
that's kind of the deal I made with them, because I got permissions to do it before I did it.
Okay.
I don't want to get in trouble. Yeah, that's kind of the deal. We're making no profit off of it, so they're all good off it.
Nice.
As long as we do it. It promotes the community and gets everybody together. I send regular packages over to Super Evil, and all the time I sent stuff to each and every one of the devs, and then I make sure there's enough stuff for the whole office to split up.
Oh, cool.
And my one that I'm actually sending out tomorrow is going to have like 3 of each of the pins that we've already got produced. And I'm only sending 3 of each, but I'm making sure there's enough for the whole office to get at least one. So my plan is to get the artists and the other people in the office into the giveaways to try to get the ones they want.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. What made you decide to do pins? Was that something you liked, or was it like it's a good collectible, right? Because people can put on their backpacks, their hats, like all that kind of stuff.
Well, it's small, and it'll last forever, so, and then I got the one from the Worlds, that you can only get if you show up at their live events. That one's actually from Vainglory.
Okay.
And, that's what gave me the idea to do the rest of them. They're, cheap enough that, people can actually readily get them and not cost their pocketbook. Okay. And it doesn't kill me to ship them.
Right. So giveaways every week on Twitter, is it really, how do you enter? Are there different things every time to enter, or you kind of just keep it simple?
Pretty much they're really simple. On Twitter, we just ask them to retweet our giveaways, and then they get picked at random on there. On Discord, I usually just give everybody a 0 through 500 number to guess and let them all guess it on Discord.
Okay.
And whoever gets closest to the number, the top 10, end up winning pins and stuff like that. So.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Yeah, and Michelle, his wife, actually picks the number so that it's fair.
Yeah, and she's usually at work at that point, so she texts me the number that she wants, and so she can't see any of the numbers or anything else, so it makes it fair.
Oh, nice. That's a good way to do that, yeah. Nice. Can anyone join?
The anger goes to her, at that point. I'm like, it's not my fault. I didn't pick the number. It was her fault. So.
Can anyone join the Discord, or is the giveaways only for the guild members?
No, it's for the entire community, and worldwide also. We do all kinds of stuff for everybody. I send out packages to Australia, Europe, everything. So,
man, that's awesome.
Yeah, if they join the Vainglory community Discord, they happen every night on Monday nights at 8 p.m. He does the giveaways for whatever pin just came out. So we just did Scarf, and they can find the link to that server on our website. Yep.
Cool. I'll have to try to make sure I get this episode up before 8 p.m. So if anyone is listening, get in there and get in on the giveaway. Very cool. So before we get in the news, I gotta ask, like, where did the We2Sexy guild name come from? Like,
That was me and my two sons and my wife actually sitting here deciding how to do that. And like I said, we were literally checked within one of the first 5 guilds actually made.
oh, cool.
So literally the moment that guilds were actually able to be made, we made one. And it came from just brainstorming, just sitting here with me and the kids.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Very cool. So if anyone's looking to join, I'm sure you're full, but like all the info is on the website, and you probably reevaluate people. But I'm sure it sounds like people don't leave, right? Unless something comes up.
Well, sometimes, life comes up,
Yeah.
you just can't grind as much as you normally could. But yeah, like we have like kind of like a rotating number of people that come in and out. So it's always full, but there's always the possibility of a spot opening up, and then you get in right away. So it's still always full. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So they just, just join our Discord. Nadika will send them a message, and then just follow the instructions, and they can apply to join.
Has the change for the guild rewards been pretty beneficial to you guys? Because I'm sure that was like one of the big things, I think, for a lot of the guilds, where they're grinding for that fame to get to that top level to get the reward. But now that's kind of dished out along the way. It's probably a little easier for people and less stressful. I almost think that you're not going to get kicked, or I can't stay for a week and I missed the whole thing.
Well, what we do is we actually have our own payouts for our guild.
Oh, okay.
Levels 30, 60, and 90, we actually pay out the people that get to that.
Oh,
and you $20 gift cards per person. And then we do our own private giveaways just for the guild, stuff like that. So we have our own reward system.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to think that like a lot of people like our guild too, just because of the community and like how like friendly we are with each other, and like how much fun we just have with each other. So like the payout thing, it's like obviously it's great to win ice, but I feel like a lot of people just like it for the guild and stay for that.
Okay. Nice. Very cool. Well, yeah, links to all that is just in the show notes and descriptions, but there's some fun news to talk about in Vainglory this week, so let's jump into that.
Vainglory News.
So I guess the first thing to talk about is Update 2.2. We've been in it for a week and a half now, about 2 weeks. How are you guys liking 2.2 and Grumpjaw and the new changes here?
I'm still horrible at Grumpjaw, but I love him. So, still trying to figure him out. And I even played the PvE, and they made changes on him. At first, in the PvE, he was going to be roam support.
Oh, okay.
And
I can see that.
they changed him to jungler. So it made a little difference for us there. And I have to get used to playing with him again. The rest of the updates I like a lot. I'm glad they got the top guilds button almost fixed. It's still a little bit wacky sometimes, but for the most part it's working.
Yeah, I can't get the hang of Grumpjaw either. Like I don't know, I just don't play him enough, and his playstyle does seem like he should be a roam, but he does crazy amount of damage and doesn't offer the same as maybe like an Arden or a Catherine in that captain roam position.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And but I love his abilities. I love the fact that you can actually eat people. It's fantastic.
Right.
That's my favorite part of him. As his ultimate there.
Yeah. And then
I think it's kind of funny how like, oh sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I think it's kind of funny how, like, if you're playing with a Grumpjaw or against a Grumpjaw, to me, he seemed a little bit scary, like, the way he just lunges at you and, like, scrapes around. But when you're Grumpjaw, he's, like, so adorable. He's just, like, hopping around all happy. That's all. That's all I know about Grumpjaw.
Yeah, when you see him, yeah, it's kind of like, oh, no, he's coming at me. But when I've played him. I did a couple videos where it's just kind of like, oh, this guy's just fun. Because when you see him being played, you're like, I'm not interested. But then when you get to him, you're like, whoa, this guy's awesome. Like, he's one of those heroes I think you have to play to realize how much fun he is. Where some of the heroes maybe you fall in love with just seeing their abilities, but Grumpjaw is someone you got to play to just like get how much fun he is.
Yep.
Yeah, I like his.
Yeah, I feel like the same way.
If you stand in the middle of the lane, right dead center in the middle of the lane, right up against where the Kraken comes out, you can actually rush across the Kraken hole all the way through.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and they have not fixed that yet. I've done it over and over again, including in the patch that's been released, so it still works.
Oh, man.
Which it surprises people sometimes on there. All of a sudden, you're all the way across that hole, and they're like, oh, my God. But his lunge is really nice. I like that.
Yeah, I wish I just can't. I can't always land it on someone. It's fun to do, and then the wind up time, they're like out of range by the time I get to them. It's like, oh, you walked away. But the skins have been pretty nice. I think out of all the ones released in this update, Vox has become my favorite out of the 4 that came out this time.
I get it. Taka is my favorite just because I'm a Star Wars nerd and the lightsaber effects.
Okay. I can see that. Yeah, Taka was. I don't enjoy Taka as a hero, so I don't think I play Taka enough.
No, I don't play Taka all that much myself. I like the effects though. You know, usually I'm running from a Taka when I see one. So
yeah. But as far as like the meta and the what's happening out there, it seems like I think the Vainglory 8, since that started, we're going to see people kind of start to pick up what they're playing, but it seems like every hero in 2.2 is pretty much viable to some degree if you know how to play them. And that's
yeah, except for Petal. Petal is nerfed pretty bad right now, and you know, I think they have plans on nerfing it harder. So you know, I don't know about Petal right now, which is a shame because I love her new skin. You know, but
that space one, yeah.
Yeah, and but the rest of them seem pretty viable. I haven't found anybody that is out of the meta. You know, as far as playing.
Right.
Really strong one right now is Koshka still. She is really strong.
Yeah, I've been seeing her getting picked up a little more and people realizing how just the mobility that she has to just run around and burst people down is maybe a little too strong. And in the like heroes that are now like really slow, like Baron and Grumpjaw, and Finn, they just can't deal with
it. There's no escape. And then Rhyme right now, man, oh my God, he is hard to take down. And it takes, I've seen people 3v1 him and, you know, him still walk away. So.
Yeah, that's what I think people are realizing. Like, you can pull out those niche heroes now and just kind of like wreck people, which is fun.
Yep.
Oh. Speaking of Vainglory 8, do you guys watch the esports scene or keep up with it at all? Because it started this weekend, and I've been kind of addicted to watching it here.
I've been watching it off and on. I was watching the game with Leon in it the other day. He was, oh my God, was he wrecking face?
Yeah, was that a Saturday's game? Like, yeah, he is basically carrying the new Team Secret team on his back.
Yes, he is. He wrecked Mouse. Oh my God, they wrecked Team Mouse. They destroyed them.
But it's awesome to have the Vainglory 8 back. I know Fist Pro and even the Challenger scene is great to watch, but there's something, the new production value of Vainglory 8 like looks great too.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
They got
I think it's Ready Player One and I forget the other one that are responsible for a lot of that. Mm-hmm. They do a lot of work for that. They're great.
Yeah, the new little set they have looks super professional. I think that's the only way to say it. It looks like the other esports game. It looks like Heroes, looks like League. Like they have the setup that they throw to the desk in between games, and it looks really nice.
Yeah, I can't wait until they actually do the 5v5 matches. I cannot wait for that. It's going to be so exciting. I think we're going to get a whole new rush of new people coming into Vainglory from that.
Yeah, speaking of that, during that 2017 roadmap, the 5v5. So it seems like you're excited for that.
I'm very excited for that. Cannot wait.
I bet it's got to be a challenge to come up with, but I'm sure people have been wanting it to see it. 3v3 is a lot of fun, but Was a couple people, maybe it was Fuji or Xenotech, have said like if one person on your team is not carrying their weight, that's about 30% of your team that's just not there. Where in a 5v5, you have a better chance of if one person is failing, you can kind of figure it out.
Yeah, yeah. I can't wait to see what the 5v5s are actually going to do to people, because imagine a 5v5 with everybody together fighting. It's going to be insane. It's going to be so much fun. I can't explain how much fun.
I know I'm gonna need a better device. Whatever happens, I know like I could barely it's the iPad Mini 4, and it already fire particles and things like that just can't keep up. So just have to see what happens.
I got my iPad Pro. I got a big giant iPad Pro, and I love it. It does have no problems with it yet.
Oh, nice. Maybe I need to upgrade. I feel like going from a Mini to a Pro, that would just mess up my gameplay. I don't know.
Yeah, the bigger one's a little hard. My son actually uses a smaller iPad Pro, and he likes it a lot. He still uses thumbs and everything to run.
Okay. Yeah. But the roadmap, it's really nice to see them do something like the roadmap where we kind of got a taste of their vision for the future. I know they talked more about these blitz abilities on the last question and answer with NivMed, and they were talking about those a little bit, like how you're going to be able to level up those skills. That just seems like a fun thing, especially for casual players and people that just want to goof around.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be neat. They haven't touched too much on that yet as far as letting us play with it, but I can't wait to see what they do with it.
Because there was this recent article that came out about, I think it was Bo talking about how Vainglory and Super Evil realized that they ignored the pro players a little bit. It was a bit of a clickbaity headline, but it kind of just pointed out like they focused really hard on the esports scene, and now with Vainglory 8, I think they have it set. That's good, and now they can kind of come back and go to the casual player with these blitz abilities and more battle modes and things like that. It'll just kind of make the game fun and give you more opportunity to earn stuff.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what they, like I said, what they're going to do with that. I wish I knew more information about it, but they are really tight on that right now.
Right. It's better to not know, because then you can just make guesses and speculate, and keeps you wondering what they're thinking. But I'm not a big blitz player, so I don't. But I feel like maybe with these ability that you might earn, I might dive into it more.
I haven't got to play much blitz this season either, because we've been doing a grind and everything is casuals right now, our ranks. Okay. But the blitz is actually one at the end of last season. That's all we were playing. I love the quick games. You go in, bash real quick. Even if you only have a couple minutes to play, you always have time for a game at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool.
I was obsessed with blitz.
Yeah, just because it's a short mode, or like what?
I don't know. It must just be like the novelty of it. Like it just came out and everything. Like before, obviously, it just came out, and like that's all I did for the rest of the season. We didn't have to grind to 100 anymore, so like it was like kind of like free time. So yeah, that's all I played. I have a 61% win rate. Go me.
Damn. Were you obsessed with Battle Royale when that came out, or?
Yes.
Not? Okay, so.
I guess it's a trend.
Yeah, so you're just waiting for the latest and greatest game mode to come out.
Yeah, kind of sucks because it's also like the personality quality that makes you like only really play a hero if like a really cool skin comes out. So like remember when the tier 3 Lyra came out? Like that's when I like mained Lyra, and like I don't know. Right now there's the cool Catherine skin, which would be cool to have in play. But yeah. Mm-hmm. Other than that, you guys were talking about Taka. Just his little box is cool.
Yeah, the little takeout box. That's pretty nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And then the last bit of news was this Gwen skin that got announced. This was I feel like really early to get an announcement for what's happening in 2.3. Like 2.2 just dropped, and we're already a week later getting a skin announcement for this Gangster Gwen skin.
Yeah, I got to play with that last night. It was it's really nice to play with. It looks great, by the way.
Yeah, they showed off the in-game stuff, and that's pretty cool. I'm excited for a Gwen skin. I would have thought we're right at Easter, and she's a bunny. Why didn't we get a Easter bunny Gwen or something?
That
Like,
would have been funny as hell to see that.
yeah, like,
True.
come on.
Oh,
Like,
maybe because that would have been like a little too risque, like, you know?
No. I mean, look what they did to Rona. I mean, or
Yeah.
maybe
That's true.
why they're not doing it is because they don't want to. Because the Rona has got the bunny outfit already.
maybe. Okay. Maybe that's why.
Oh, true. Yeah.
But, yeah. But the Gangster Gwen, pretty neat skin idea. Hopefully they do some other ones like this, because I'd love to see like a Gangster Finn. That would be kind of like, he'd be like a mob boss.
That would be. I'd like to see. That would be neat. I know they have plans on a couple new skins coming out. Like I said, I got to see a couple of them, but we're not allowed to discuss.
No,
those
yeah.
at all.
But it sounds like we're going to have more announcements, I think, every week, because I think they're doing a better job not holding these announcements off. One, so there's no leaks on it, but they've gotten pretty good about shutting down leaks. But also, it gives them the time to build the hype for it, and kind of gets people into watching the dev streams on Wednesday and Fridays. So just a good reason to watch them, because if you're going to see stuff on them, you might as well check it out.
Oh yeah. And I'm horrible about it. As soon as a new skin comes out, I'll immediately grab it. You know, I've got all the skins for everything right now. So.
Oh damn! I think I'm missing like Cruel Tier 3 and like maybe one other one. But
So you're just as bad as I am about
I
it.
know,
So.
yeah. Cool. So keep an eye out for all these more announcements happening. But that's it for the news. But before we wrap up here, I got a little bit of forum static.
Forum static.
So on the forums and kind of on Twitter lately, I've been seeing people talking about matchmaking, boosting, and issues with it. Because when 2.2 got dropped, it separated our party queue and our solo queue a little bit. So if you're a full party, you should not get matched with any solo queuers or dual queuers anymore, which is nice, something we needed to see happen. But I've been seeing people now talking about how maybe a little bit of boosting is happening with this, because if you have two accounts that are closer to each other, or you can kind of have a better chance of being matched to each other now, because the pool it's pulling from is smaller. I don't know. How have you guys been feeling about the new matchmaker here?
I like it so far. I heard that, there was a group of people that just got their accounts wiped for boosting that way.
Oh, okay.
So, warning on that. Don't do that. They are watching it. And I don't want to see anybody get their accounts wiped. It'd be horrible.
No. It's a really, I think, easy thing for Super Evil Megacorp to track down. If they could see, like, oh, there's two people playing on this account, on this IP, like, what's happening. Like, I'm sure it's flags that they check all the time. Like,
yeah, it is. Even don't be surprised, because even if you're playing a game, I mean, I know for a fact Nemec can look up all your stats, what you got, everything, why he's in a game with you. Mm-hmm. So, and the developers can do that at random to anybody. So, just know that they do watch it and they do keep an eye.
Right. But I am liking the separate queues. You have a better chance to succeed, but I've been seeing more just chaos in my games. Like, there's less organization because maybe one team is in a group of three. It just seems like everyone is running around doing their own thing.
I like how they have it set up right now. I think it'll make a lot of other people happy. A lot of people really hated going into solo queue and having to go against a team, you know,
Yeah.
and have no chance. They have all the synergy, you have none. You're getting wrecked, you know. So I think it's definitely an improvement.
But yeah, hopefully it continues. There's many of forum posts about this. I just wanted to bring it up about the boosting. Like, you shouldn't be doing it. Don't be trading and selling accounts. Like, all this stuff that just like, it's gonna get you in trouble, especially if you're posting in chats and on Discord where many of the devs hang out and you're talking about boosting or selling accounts. Like, it's not a good idea.
No, I've even warned people off from trying to sell their accounts and posting it. I'm like, man, don't post that. You're gonna get in trouble. I mean, if you look up on the friends list on Discord, you can see 2 or 3 of the devs in the same room with you. You know, that you can see that. You know, I mean, you should know not to do that.
Yeah. They may not be talking in these chats, but they're watching. Someone is lurking.
Oh yeah, they definitely lurk.
Oh, well, that's going to do it for episode 146. Thank you for joining me. This was great.
Oh, no, thank you for having us. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
So where can people find you guys? We2Sexy, like, what's the best Twitter website?
It's We2Sexy official for Twitter. Our Discord you can find through our website. It's posted on there. Anybody can join. There's also a link to the community Discord where we do the giveaways. And that is www.we2sexy.com.
Okay, nice. Are you guys both on Twitter yourselves, or are you just kind of on Discord and focus on the guild Twitter?
Actually, we have one of our guild members named Zunos that does our Twitter for us, but I'm on there. I check it every single day.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter, but I don't really use it for like gaming stuff, so it didn't matter.
Okay.
Our Instagram though is We2Sexy_for you, and we do post some pretty cool stuff there.
Oh, nice, cool. So yeah, get in on these giveaways because those pins look awesome. Been seeing a lot of people either send them out to people and them sharing the pictures with that they've got them. They look pretty awesome. Definitely get on that. Especially the gold one. Man, it looks good.
Yeah, here, I'll give you all a close up of those again real quick.
Nice. So that Shatter The Vain is on Twitter at Shatter The Vain, website shatterthevain.com. All the episodes get posted there, links to iTunes, Stitcher, the YouTube version, so you can see these pins. Everything's there. That'll do it for this week's episode 147 next week, so be sure to keep an eye out. Take care.
Let's get this over with.